Welcome back mga kabarangay sa ating programa. Ako po inyong Kuya Rene, ang inyong kaibigan sa Himpapawid. Sa araw na to ay makakapanayam natin very busy person. No? Tagal ko na siyang gustong makapanayam at naririnig ko rin siya sa radyo. Si Atty. JESIL Cajes mula po sa Wellington. JESIL, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, Kuya Rene. And yeah, it's really good to be in the show, really. And hello to all your listeners, not just in New Zealand, but all over the world. So thank you
Yes.
for having me.
Thank you very much, JESIL. And syempre, mga kaibigan, at the beginning, to put into context yung ating guest, whereabouts are you from in the Philippines, JESIL?
I was born in Bohol, Philippines, which is in the central Visayas. Yeah, so Bisaya. Yeah.
Taga
Yes.
Bohol.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Bohol mismo? Anong bayan?
Trinidad, Bohol.
Trinidad. Is that near Lobok? Di ba yung...
No, it's actually, I think, an hour and a half drive from Lobok and 2-hour drive from Tagbilaran, which is the capital. So it's kind of like the opposite of Tagbilaran. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been to Bohol?
I've been to Tagbilaran only, but just for a short visit, no? But the world famous Bohok, was it Lobok Children's Choir? Remember,
Yes.
I think they came here a couple of years ago. They toured Auckland and Wellington. I don't know if, but you're aware of that, no? Yung Lobok Children's Choir.
Definitely, yes.
Because it's a like a famous place. So sa Trinidad, what's famous in your bayan? Like pagkain, what's famous?
I think we have lots of, it's kind of like very agricultural. So a lot of people there are farmers. So we have cave, we have lots of rivers and mountains. So yeah.
So how old were you when you left Trinidad, Bohol?
Yes, I came here when I was 23.
Okay. So you still remember, like, the things, like fond memories of Trinidad. Can you share some fond memories there? You studied there in high school.
Yeah, I studied primary to high school, and then at the age of 15 or 16, I left to Leyte, and then I did my bachelor's degree in Visayas State University in Bye-Bye, Leyte.
Oh, in Vizca. Was it in Bye-Bye? Bye-Bye?
Yes, in Bye-Bye, yes.
The campus? Oh, I
Have you
haven't
been
been
there?
there, but no, but I
Yeah.
have had friends, professors and lecturers from there. So every time they come to Manila, kasi I was part of an environmental group. So they always tell me about the beautiful campus, no, ng Visayas State University. What did you take up at Visca?
I did Bachelor of Elementary Education.
Oh, okay. So did you also teach in the Philippines, or you
did,
came here?
yes. I did teach a little bit, and then I came here as a teacher in New Zealand. So I landed up working as an early childhood teacher back in Tita
Really? Oh, okay. That's good. Because you were licensed in the Philippines, so you could teach here also. But then,
Yes.
but when you came to New Zealand, you, after teaching for a while, you decided to focus on becoming a lawyer.
Yes, that's
Why
correct.
is it? Why is it, Jessie?
A little bit of background. So I taught in Gisborne for over a year. And then after that, I was promoted to become the school principal, or I managed the school for over 5 years. And then in that role, a lot of what I do is basically, making policies, for example, health and safety. What does it look like in practice? So you make policies and then you make procedure so that what does it look like actually doing this particular law in practice. So a lot of that is compliance and regulations and all of that. So, and then we have this education review office where you have to actually tick the box, the ERO and stuff like that. So in a way, I just say to myself that I realized over 5 years that we can do better. And one of the things, really, some of the changes, if you look at big changes, come from making or unmaking these laws. Because
Mm,
one of the challenges that I found when I was a teacher is actually that non-contact time as well as the contact time. I'm sure you're familiar with this. So teachers are required to teach, but at the same time, they're also required to do all those
mm.
grading and portfolios and
Paperwork.
all. Yeah, and there's no, it's really not a good condition. If you look at it, teachers will have to work, say, 37 hours per week, and sometimes they're only given 2 hour non-contact, and sometimes they
Mm,
handle 20 children, and that's not enough. And I said, how can we do this? How can we blah 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 do this? How can we affect change and do better? And I just realized that perhaps I can make laws. Perhaps I can, being from the ground and bringing that
mm,
experience, say, hey, how about we make better conditions for our
mm,
teachers? So that's why
mhm,
I came to Wellington, knowing that being a lawyer will achieve that kind of change, but actually not,
mhm,
Kuya Rene, it doesn't. Because as a lawyer, what you do is actually you apply and you just interpret the law,
mhm,
The real
mm,
change really begins in Parliament, where 120 strong MPs, they are the ones that
mm.
actually legislate or make or unmake laws. So,
Correct. Mhm.
I was just, I was thinking, okay, this is it, but it's
But
actually not. No
yeah,
regret.
but Jessil, you're still young, and I'm sure there's something that with your dream, with your vision and passion, that could come into a reality. No, I've always been dreaming of the youth, no, the young people like you to come into governance, come into parliament, and all the other local governing bodies, because we need young minds, young people like you. You know, never mind old fogies like me. I mean, yeah, we are we're about to retire already. So, and I am so glad that
Who says
now I
you're old?
understand.
I mean,
Huh?
who says you're old? You look 40 to me. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, Jessil, I was telling to my, actually just a couple of days ago, my
mm,
Kiwi friends, no, we were talking, we were having a coffee, and I was said, oh, this year I'm turning 66. I said,
mm,
oh, your Asian features make you young, because he was very much younger than me, and he looked as old as me. But
yeah.
let's but going back to this lawyering. So you had to study again, or
Mhm.
what was the process there?
So I had to study again. Law degree is 4 years. In New Zealand, if
Oh.
you just do a law degree, but you have the option to have a conjoint degree where you graduate with 2 degrees. And a lot
Mm,
of students coming from high school, they would do
mm,
that. So they're graduate
mm,
of law and commerce, and that would take them
mm,
to 5 to 6 years. So in
mm,
my case, I did my law degree in just I just did my degree. I didn't do any conjoint degree because I already had an
mm,
existing degree. Mm.
yeah. Because there are others also, like I know some of our Filipino lawyers who finished a Bachelor of Laws or Political Science, and it did not take them the 3 years. They did some papers or something. I think it's different if you're
Mhm.
original, really, because yours was in education, so probably that's why they wanted you to
Yeah.
immerse yourself. Yeah.
Mm.
So right
One
now
one
you are.
important Yeah, sorry. One important feature in New Zealand legal education, Kuya Rene, is you don't need to have a prerequisite degree to study law. Whereas in the Philippines back home, you need to have a
Oh,
4 year degree and then you can be admitted to a law degree. Whereas in New
oh,
Zealand, you can just become a lawyer as your first choice, as your first degree. You don't have to have a prerequisite 4 year degree. So in the
okay.
Philippines, it takes 8 years, whereas in New Zealand, it takes 4 years to 5 or 6 years. Yeah. Mm.
Oh, was it difficult? Was it like a lot of readings? I guess, of course,
Mm.
cases and yeah.
Yes. I did study law in the Philippines for a bit, like only for one semester, and then I came to New Zealand. And
mm,
then briefly, I'm not really expert on what's the difference, but briefly, in terms of learning, it's quite
mm,
different. In the Philippines, there's a lot of memorization, there's a lot of
mm,
readings, just the same, really, lots and lots of readings. In New Zealand, you have lots and lots of readings as well, but you have to understand the law basically in what you do. So it's you're very familiar because you're a teacher.
mm,
It's much rather than a rote learning or memorization. You do a lot
mm,
of application as well. So the test basically is not necessarily give me the two ways where you can do this or enumerate that. It's basically there
mhm.
is a problem, tell me how to solve it, basically. So
Ah,
apply the law.
okay.
What is the law that's applicable and all of that. So I don't know if it's quite similar in the Philippines, maybe, but the question is whether it's hard. It's not hard. The way I
Mhm.
see it, Kuya Rene, is you're just reading stories. It's just like, this is the
Mm,
story of Renee and Giselle.
mhm,
So, example, this
mhm,
is our case. It's a private law.
mhm,
You and I. This is the story of Renee and Giselle. This is their conflict. This is
mm,
their argument. This is Giselle's argument. This is Renee's argument, and this is what the judge decide. Therefore, if say
mm,
example, if ganito ang naging kaso mo, ganito ang magiging kahinatnan. So I just
mm.
view it as a story. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes,
was
yes.
a wise mentor. Yeah, because there's so
Mm,
much readings. Like I never ever felt in my entire time at law school that I was ready for a class. I always felt that I'm behind. Like, I will never ever get to this. Tick tick tick, reading all these things. I never felt ready. So yeah,
mm.
just to
But
encourage
you,
everybody.
you
That, yeah,
you studied law at Waikato or Victoria?
Victoria University, Wellington.
Ah, oh, okay. Mhm. And because I'm sure you know there's one community leader there, Gio Robrigado, who is also taking up law in Victoria. You know Gio, you
I
know.
know of him. Yes, definitely.
Mhm.
I think we did few courses together. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Kasi ano siya, I think he also came here with a degree in I think he was from UP Los Baños, no? So yeah, and yeah, he also became eventually the president of the student council of Victoria University.
Vic,
Were you
yes.
active in student politics in Victoria University of Wellington?
I
Were
was active. Yeah, I was active in the Filipino community. I was the former president of the Filipino Students Association, and I
Oh,
was also involved in different volunteer groups,
mm.
particularly the like helping different
Oh
schools
yes.
understand the law. So there,
Mm.
when you're a student when you're students, there's so much opportunity where you can actually develop skills and just
Correct.
volunteers. Yeah.
Yes.
So I
Very
was
good.
thankful for that.
But then, right now, you are practicing your profession in focusing on what is the focus of your practice right now, Jessie?
I am a family lawyer based in Wellington.
Oh, okay. So that's
But
different
before
from.
that, yeah,
Mm,
before that, I was a treaty lawyer and a public lawyer.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Mm.
So what's the
So
difference?
we
Like the treaty was about the Treaty of Waitangi
Yeah,
and the
definitely.
family.
Yes. It's about the Titiriti Uwaitangi, the Maori version. So treaty law is kind of like an aspect of public law as well, Kuya Rene.
Mm,
So
mm,
I was representing on the other side, meaning we are fighting the system. Yeah.
mm.
And
Yeah.
particularly Article 2 of the Titiriti of Waitangi. So a lot of our cases, you probably heard of them, Kuya Rene. So that's
Mm,
the different inquiries.
mm,
So it's just broad, like, so if it's in law, there's so many, like, I thought that law is just so simple, like, okay, I'm gonna become a lawyer and then we're
mm,
gonna go to court, but actually not. It
mm.
depends on your specialty. So when you specialize in the treaty, there is a specific court for that, and that's called Waitangi Tribunal. That's the name of the
Yes.
court for the
Mm,
treaty affairs. If you're a family lawyer, the first point of forum for that is not actually the district, the high court. It's actually the family court. All right, and then
Mm.
so yeah, so we I did appear in different inquiries or cases for the Waitangi Tribunal,
Mhm.
representing the New Zealand Maori Council. That's our biggest client. And
Mhm.
we did a lot of, you're familiar probably with the inquiries about Oranga Tamariki, when
Yes.
what's
Yeah.
left of the
Mhm.
children. So we sued
Mhm.
the government to Waitangi Tribunal about that and how they actually failed to protect the precious taonga, which is the tamariki
Mm.
of the country. So, because 70% of children that are being uplifted by the Oranga Tamariki or the Ministry of Children are Maori.
Mhm.
So there's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
wrong with the system. So that's
Mm.
that's the nature of work. I'm not here to be critical, but that's the nature of work as a treaty lawyer. It's basically, you look at the treaty. This is the promise of the government. There is
Mm.
protection of the Tinoranga Tiratanga. This is the protection of the Taonga. This is the protection. The government has the mandate or the obligation to protect. But when you look at the practice, is the government really protecting it? So we sue the
Yeah.
government for that. And it's really costly, Kuya Rene. So
Mm.
it is very costly for taxpayers' money. So the quicker the government would acknowledge
Would acknowledge, yeah.
protection, the better it is, because from economic perspective, it's so costly because
Mm.
treaty lawyers appear in the Waitangi Tribunal cost by you, cost by
Mhm.
tax by the
Taxpayers, yeah.
taxpayers. And
Mm.
then
Mm.
there's the crown that represents the government is also cost by
Also,
taxpayers. So
yes,
that's
that's
actually a
true.
lose-lose. There's no one that will win, but you just have to represent that case. Another really important case that we brought to the Waitangi Tribunal is against the health system. And that, to make the story short, the result of that case lead to the creation of Maori Health Authority. And
Mm.
it's the
Yeah.
amalgamation of, or the centralization of
Mhm.
that health district.
Mhm.
So basically, it's about the public law. How does this law relates to public,
Mhm.
particularly in relation to Maori, and then how can we make it better, and how do we make the government into account? So that's
Mm.
basically that's a treaty. That's what the treaty law. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I really love it. And then I
Mm.
realized that I was still very it was my first year at law, and I need to focus other areas of law, and family
Mhm.
is something that I'm focusing now.
Oh, okay. And before I ask you about the being a family lawyer, the amalgamation really was just timing because look at the pandemic now. So they have to address it, 'di ba? Yung sa may kakulangan pa rin nga sa mga
Mm.
Maoris in terms of ano, but it's good that there's that amalgamation. Now, so you shifted to family law. So why was that from treaty to family law?
It was a natural progression, I think.
Ah.
So as a teacher, or when I was still teaching, I one of the issues, or many issues that you encounter, is about custody of kids, the day-to-day
Mm,
care,
mm, mm,
guardianship,
mm,
parenting issues, protection orders, all of that kind of thing. So it was just a natural progression for me. Like the issues that we face as teachers would be,
mm.
what is the intersection between the education and the legal aspect to it. So
Correct.
that's basically the interest that I find. Yeah.
Mm. So now
Mm.
that's your focus, and so you work with a law firm, or you have your own already.
No, I can't have my own law firm at the moment because you need to have at least 2 years experience,
Ah,
and
okay.
yeah, but I still want to learn more
Mhm.
about different areas of law so we can serve more. Yeah, I work in a law firm. It's called
Okay.
McWilliam Tyree. They are a specialist family law firm in
Family
Wellington.
law.
Mm, mm.
Okay. Jesil, so you're quite you're immersing yourself into law, but you also decided to go into radio. No, you're hosting a program, a radio program on a Monday. No, I think it's 2 or 3 hours. 3 hours, di
It's
ba?
3 hours from 6
Oh,
p.m.
three
That's
hours.
correct.
Oh, because
Yeah, so
because
it's on
yeah.
Mondays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's called Culture
Mm.
Connection. Mm.
Culture connection. Okay, so tell me the cuento there. Bakit why did you go into radio also?
It was mainly by accident, Kuya Rene. It's not like,
Mm,
hey, I want to be there.
ganon.
So, so I was interviewed on a Saturday program by Lisa and Craig. They have this the Weekender, and they said, "Oh,
Mm,
we want representation from multicultural community and the Filipino
mm.
community. Come and let's talk about it." And I said, "Okay." And then the station manager was listening to our interview and he said, "Hey, would you be interested to do a program?" And I said, "No, I'm not interested." Because, of course, I didn't have experience. I'm not qualified to do it. And then after a month after a month of like, you know, I don't know, after a month, basically, um,
Nililigawan ka nila. They were courting
yeah,
you. Nililigawan ka.
yes, that's right. He said, "Come on, you know." I said, "Well, I'd like to cater actually the different diverse communities," because he was offering, "How about you do a Filipino program?"
Mhm,
And then I said, "It would be awesome if we can actually accommodate different cultural and diverse groups, not
mm,
just diversity in culture, but also diversity in abilities, and also like,
I like
you
that.
know,
Diversity
yeah,
and abilities. Gusto ko yan.
yeah." So that's why we have really diverse guests from different backgrounds. But the
Mhm,
goal of the interview really is connecting culture. And culture is not just about your ethnicity, it's not just about
mhm.
being Filipino. Culture is so much more. It could
Yes,
also relate to issues that we face today and how these issues shape our tomorrow. So we
mhm.
discuss current affairs and events that affect our diverse communities as well as really our mainstream communities. So it has a bit of a wide reach. So if you look at the name Culture Connection, maybe it's about culture, but it's more than the
Yeah.
word itself. Yeah.
Yeah, because when the station publishes or you upload the guests coming up, and they're
Yes.
very interesting, very
Yes.
very interesting, and uh, who chooses this, this guest? Is it you have a production team? Parang ang feeling ko ikaw lang eh.
Yeah.
Parang
I think
ikaw
that
lang mag-isa.
that's how it works. Like no production time. You just like you have the freedom to actually do your topics. So I just did all of
And
it.
get
But
in touch with these people, no?
yeah,
Oh, wow. That's amazing, no? Dahil that enriches the program kasi yung passion mo, di ba? Yeah, and your interest, your
hmm
journalistic instinct,
hmm
no?
yes,
Well done, well done.
thank
Very
you.
interesting kasi you talked about ano to, what's this? Intercultural marriage. I saw that there was a
Yeah,
topic on that, and then
yes,
about the LGBTQ, and so
yes,
of course, kasi you're a Filipino, syempre may Filipino focus din. But as you said, expanded, which is perfect, maganda, galing.
hmm
Congratulations, Jessil. And I
Congratulations,
think,
you too. Mm.
yeah,
You're
well,
doing really
radio.
well. You know what I love about you. You're very consistent. You really focus on stories of people and stories of
Yes.
Filipinos.
Mm.
Truly
And
inspiring,
positive.
and you have a global reach. Yeah, you have a global reach, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I try to the positive things, because there are a lot of negative things also, and I will allow that the other networks, the other people, let them focus on the negative. I mean, I just want to have my niche, so every Monday from 6 to 9 I nasa what's the frequency again, and then yung kasi online din yan eh, so that
Yeah,
our
it's
viewers and listeners.
so anybody can. It's live stream, live, and anybody
Mhm,
can listen to it anywhere in the world.
mhm,
They can go to www.hotcityfm.co.nz, or they
mhm.
can just visit to my Facebook page. My name dash Hot City FM 106.7. So
Mhm.
yeah, but if you live locally, Kuya Rene, we're based
Mm,
in the Hut, then you can
mm.
just tune in to 106.7. But a lot of our guests come from different parts of New Zealand, so it really
Yes.
works for them. Yeah,
Mm,
so
that's
so
good.
anyone.
Very good.
mm,
Kailan mo ako i-ge-guest?
Well, when are you free?
Yeah. You know, Jessel, when I was in
Yeah,
Hamilton, because I lived there
yeah.
for more than 8 years, no. And the minute I arrived there, I already knew before I came to Hamilton that there's a community radio there. So
Mm.
I like the same with you. I volunteered, and it's the same frequency. Before the original one was
Oh,
106.7
wow.
Community Radio Hamilton.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
but now it's they've upgraded to 89.0, which is a wider reach. You know, for our viewers and listeners, if you're tuned into the lower frequency, that's 88 something and below, and 106.7, it's called the low power FM. So the reach is not as wide as the other ones, but it is very important because that's where programs like JESIL's Culture Connection are found. You know, a couple of years ago, I think you were not in Wellington yet. See, Father Elmer used to have a program on, I don't know if it's the same Hot FM, I think. No, it was not Hot, it was something else. But he used to have, and there were several others who were trying, no?
Mhm,
But
mhm.
they were focused on the community, and what you're doing is the community plus. That's very, very good. And you were even given an award by the Filipino Migrant News as what was that, broadcaster of the
Uh,
year, or
It's radio. It's radio personality of the year. It's just on my
oh yeah,
side. I'm just
okay,
looking
yeah.
at it,
Oh,
making sure I get it right. Yeah, that was.
how, because the program is quite new, di ba? You're just like 2 years. Are you just entering your
We're actually not a
second?
year. We started February last year, so less than a
Oh,
year.
so
And, yeah,
so your anniversary month is Feb. Okay.
yeah, it's February. Yeah.
Any special, are you coming up with a special for your anniversary month? Like, special guests and, special things, or
It will just
it's a
be
secret.
probably. It's probably just business as usual. Now that you bring that up,
Mm,
I have to think about it. But it was just gonna be like the same, like
mm,
consistency with what we do it
yeah.
every Monday. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're probably
It's,
aware, Kuya, like producing what you do because you're a producer. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
oh, yes. A
Yeah.
lot. You
So I
have to
don't even know
follow
how you do
up,
it.
and and also we have
Yes.
full-time jobs, di ba? But I think it's the passion. I think you have the passion. Being on radio is public service. So you have that passion. Nakikita ko na
Mm.
yan. Nasa Pilipinas pa lang, it's there already. And you carried it to New Zealand. And I'm sure you're gonna carry it to further, to the Beehive, to wherever, because nandyan na eh. So it's difficult, yes. But because we have the passion to serve, for public service and for communication, ano lang, so okay lang, mabigat,
Mm.
nakakainis minsan kasi ayaw kang pakinggan, but we just carry on, no? I'm
Yeah.
really like, dapat kasi itong mga lockdown na 'to, I was supposed to go to Wellington talaga last year, I think
Mhm.
towards the
Mhm.
end. But definitely, kasi I love Wellington eh. Gustong-gusto ko yung Wellington. I like the vibe, like ano. Kaya lang,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
my family wants it to be in Hamilton or Auckland. But once I get there, magkape tayo at is your office in the city or in Lower Hutt?
Yeah,
Somebody,
just in the
ah,
city, in the CBD, very close to Parliament, 5 minute walk or
oh,
2 minute walk
okay.
from the Parliament.
Mm.
So there's a very good coffee shop downstairs. So
Oh,
it
okay.
will be so easy to have a coffee with you. Yeah. So let me
Yeah,
know.
oo.
We'll we'll
Para
we'll,
mag-ano tayo,
uh,
pa-picture
we'll
tayo
have a
na
chat.
ano. Yes, of course. But in closing, Jesil, is Jesil your real name, or is a combination of Jesus and Linda, your parents? Anong ano
Well,
dyan?
it's a true Filipino name, actually, but not many
Yeah.
Filipino
Mm.
has the name Giselle. It's a combination of my last name and my mother's maiden name. So his
Ah,
from Cajes and Sil from Silomen. So it's just like the beginning of both, or like the end of my dad's name,
oh,
last name, and my
okay.
mom's. Yeah.
Cute,
So it's a
cute siya.
combination. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Jessil, what's your message to our, well, to our, not just I mean, we're all kababayans now, whether Filipinos or Kiwis, to people, especially now with the pandemic, with all of these things that is like, percolating in our minds. What is your message, Jessil?
Yes, so to the 80 plus thousand Filipinos, would it be you were born here or your OFW, it is really tough. And I think it's really important to acknowledge that it is tough. And it's a lot of you. I've talked to a lot of you. You've been here for like 3 years and you haven't seen your family.
Mm,
In fact, there's a couple of you that told me the other day that you married
mm,
and you married for 3 years and you've only seen your wife or your wives twice or once. So that's really tough. So my message, I guess, to all of us is this too shall pass. It sounds so cliche, but I think
mm,
over and over again, human race is really strong and resilient. So I'm sure that with time we will be able to cross over to the other side. I consider this Kuyarene as like the Exodus, and it's not the Exodus, the journey,
mm,
and we're almost
mhm,
there. We're almost there to the other side, and I think we will
mhm.
get there. And also to our Filipinos wanting to become a lawyer, there's not
Yes.
much Filipino lawyers in New Zealand, so I think you will be great. You'll be fantastic. Give it a go. It would be
Mm,
awesome to have diversity in the legal profession. For example, in my law firm, I'm the only diverse, ethnically diverse and brown person. So there's so much space for you in the legal
mhm,
profession. And yeah, I encourage you to, if this is something that you'd like to do, being a lawyer is a place of difference. You can surely make a difference. You can actually use your knowledge and as a weapon to bring change in people's lives. So yeah,
correct.
give it a go. It is a wonderful profession, and if you need help how to navigate law school and what to do, what to expect, just message me, and I'll be very happy to help you. And Kuya Rene, thank
Oh,
you so much for this
mm,
opportunity. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us for your public service. You've been consistent. You're always there. When I sleep at night,
thank
sometimes I
you.
look at your interview with different people. I just love that you embrace so much diversity in your show. And yeah, I just want to thank you. Kudos to your effort. It's really not
Thank
easy
you.
to organize
Yeah,
guests
yeah,
and also to do a lot of it. There's so much work behind the scenes. So I just
that's
want to
correct.
put it out there in public that, oftentimes it's the guest that is glorified or it is featured. But I think it's also important to recognize the efforts that you do as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much also, Jessil, and all the best. More power sa'yo. I'm sure I'll be hearing more and seeing more wonderful things, amazing things that you'll be doing for the community, for the New Zealand community, for us here. So, maraming salamat, Jessil, and God bless you. And enjoy the weekend. Is the weather there good? Okay ba weather
It is
dyan sa
It
Wellington?
is terrific. It's brilliant.
Oh,
It's amazing. I'm just gonna go out probably and have coffee. So it's gonna be
oh,
good.
okay. Kaya lang iinggitin kita kasi ano kami, Auckland week anniversary sa Monday, so holiday
Oh,
kami sa Auckland. But you had yours already, di ba? Ang Wellington,
yes.
nag-holiday na last Monday, was it? Last Monday?
Yes, yes. Back to back yung holiday mo, Kuya Rene, because we have
Oo,
also Batang weekend. Hmm.
Waitangi, oo nga eh. So all the best,
Galing.
Jessil, and keep in touch, ha? And more power to you. Mga kabarangay, ang ating nakapanayam si Atty. JESIL Cajes po sa Wellington. At maraming salamat, pinayagan niyo ako at si JESIL pumasok sa inyong mga tahanan, sa inyong mga puso sa araw na to. Thank you, take care, and God bless.